I love to play the saxophone. I take it with me wherever I roam, and the sound of the saxophone always brings me home.
Play that saxophone, yo.
I keep it with me every day, 'cause there's a song in my heart that I've got to play, and I feel it down deep in my soul. I love my saxophone.
Love that saxophone now.
You run around or you can jump off the stage, and I know with the saxophone then that's okay. You can sit, you can dance, you can rock, or you can stand and sway.
Go, baby.
Now what I do is press the first key down, take a deep breath and a good look around, and I blow in the horn and it makes a big, big sound. A big drum set, that sound of the saxophone you'll never get.
That sounds great too. I'm like that.
Sometimes in the morning and the day seems long, but I can hum a little tune and I can play that song, and I know that my saxophone makes me feel I belong.
Well.
Doesn't matter if you're big or small, blonde or brunette, short or tall, you can play the saxophone all day, 'cause it's made for all. I love to play the saxophone. I take it with me wherever I roam, and the sound of the saxophone always brings me home.
Bring it home.
The sound of the saxophone always brings me home. Oh, the sound of the saxophone, it brings me home.
Welcome to my porch. Woo! Cheers!
Cheers.
How you guys doing? Look, we know I've been doing live shows and we are out on the road and we're having fun and life is on again. But that doesn't mean the porch has to go away, right? The porch is still here.
Porch is here.
I still have friends, so please give it up for one of my oldest friends, and I mean that, he's old, Matthew Hager.
Hello, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm happy to have you on the porch.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Okay, if you guys aren't aware of Matthew Hager, you're not going to see him on the Billboard Top 10 as an artist. You're going to see him as the guy behind people on the Billboard Top 10 artists like me. So Matthew and I met in college. We were best friends in college. I played in his prog rock band in college. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second. Okay, A
lot of long songs.
Super long songs, yeah.
Could they be any longer?
I don't know, but it was a thing, and it was awesome.
It was college.
And it was college. You're supposed to play a bunch of crazy, awesome, test out everything music in college. So that started us writing together, playing together, and just being fans of each other musically. And so he was the producer and co-writer for me on my first indie record.
Right.
You forgot about that.
I did.
And then my first 4 records with major labels, we co-wrote almost everything, and he produced them. So I got out. I went to my garage today. Check this out. All right, my newest record, Best of Mindi Abair. That's out right now, by the way, if you don't have it. But we have 1 million songs on this CD. Lucy's, Bloom, Flirt, that we co-wrote, okay? Smile, True Blue, that's a lot, okay? My first record, indie record, okay? That's in no store except for MindiAbair.com. My neighbor Colleen is here, and she's behind the camera, and she's laughing hysterically. She's doubled over right now. This is awesome if you don't have it. Then, my first record on Verve, it just happens that way. He produced it. We co-wrote almost everything on it.
Yeah.
It's getting heavy. Hold on. Come As You Are, right there, Verve Records. Then we went to Lifeless Ordinary. That was Bloom and True Blue and a bunch of songs.
That's one of my favorites.
Me too. Me too. They're all my favorites. Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
Stars. He also produced. We wrote almost everything. John Taylor came in for that one too and did FLA Swing. And then we had super fun. We wrote Girls Night Out on In Hi-Fi Stereo. So,
Which was the album we wrote the song for Joe Perry?
oh, Kick Ass. That's right. That was on Wild Heart. I got to go back to the garage and get that. We wrote Kick Ass for me and Joe Perry. So that too. So anyway, all that to say, this guy is very special to me, and I wanted you to know him. And he's pretty fun. So we are going to play songs today the way they were written. We're going to play all songs that he and I wrote together, just us. And it was like this. Actually, across the street is the porch that we wrote.
Literally.
It's literally across
Yeah.
the street. I mean, I can see it from here.
And it was literally a porch. It's not a
Yeah.
it's not a setup.
Yeah, it was right there. So we are giving it to you the true way. So I want to know what you guys are drinking. I want to know what you're doing. If you have any odd questions of my past musically or otherwise, this is the guy to ask them to. He'll probably tell you everything of my awkward stages and awkward years.
I'm anxious and ready.
Right? So ask away. Start drinking now. I am drinking our Viva La Jazz Chardonnay, Santa Lucia Highlands, 2019. Right? So I'm having fun with that. We're going to have a segment, Drinking with Eric, later. We're celebrating. So I'll let you just think on what the Drinking with Eric segment is going to be. But I'm going to say stick around for it. We are celebrating our 50th wine and music session on the porch.
Wow.
Woo! And it's your 50th birthday this month. So, you're getting there too. He's younger than I am, but, not by much.
We can emphasize that
Yeah.
as much as possible.
I'm older. Yeah. But 50 wine and music sessions on my porch. We've had Bill Champlin, Ellis Hall,
Wow.
Rick Braun, Dave Koz. We've had Peter White like 9 times.
I love Peter White.
I know. Bird the Bailiff, Herman Jackson.
We did a song with Peter White. Are You Mine?
Are You Mine? He
Off
produced
his
it.
Confidential record.
I played on it. Who else did I have on the porch? Rick Braun, Dave Koz. Well, of course, my band, Third Richardson, Randy Jacobs. Oh my God, everyone's been here. Casey Abrams from American Idol, Dave Yaden, Patrick Bradley, Greg Manning,
Greg played on Lucy.
Chris Standring. Greg played on Lucy's. So anyway, we're celebrating, and we want you to celebrate with us. So, you ready to play?
You want to get to songs?
I'd like to get to songs. Go to, if you're loving what you're hearing, we're going to split the PayPal that comes in at paypal.me/Mindi Abair. And I just want to have fun tonight. This is so great to be back on the porch and have my friend Matthew here. So Lucy's is the first song on the Best of Mindi Abair. It was the first song that we recorded really, like fully, because Verve Records said we'd like to hear what it's gonna be. What's your record gonna sound like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I say we get into it, but I think you need to tell a little bit story after the song.
After the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Can we play? Hold on, I
Sure.
need a drink.
You drink, I'll play.
Okay, I'll drink, you play.
This is Lucy's.
see, we have our audience, my husband Eric, and our neighbor Colleen. Again, pandemic friendly. But we have you guys, and thank you for coming always to hear us play. This is so fun for us. You know what? It's fun for me because I've played these songs for so many years. We released Lucy's in the beginning of 2003. And so I've played it for that many years with different guitarists, you know, and they all play it differently, but to play it with you, it brings back how this song was written. So will you tell how this song was written? I mean, you know, not every detail, but you know, the gist of it.
The thing I love about this song, first of all, you've told this story a million times. We used to go to this restaurant called Lucy's El Adobe.
Right across from Paramount Pictures. It's down the street here in Hollywood.
It's fantastic. You've told that story a million times. But we would always go there, and we would always hang out, and we would drink margaritas, as one does.
A lot of margaritas.
And they came in basically cereal bowls. I mean, these things were enormous. One was enough. 4 was a problem. But that's how Lucy's was written. The next morning, after a night of heavy margaritas, we sat down to write a song, and we wrote Lucy's, and we were very, very hungover.
Yeah.
And
it was hard to kind of get anything out of us. We were just like, ooh.
And we basically came up with the verse and the pre-chorus that first day. And we liked it so much, but we thought the only thing we could call it was Lucy's because we were struggling so hard.
It was her fault.
And it was her fault.
It was her fault.
But what was great, we started with that, like, we started with that, and it was actually kind of pretty originally. And then you had the idea for the B section, and I remember you saying you loved it because it was like the Crusaders. And since you and I went to college together, we had all these references. I mean, the references between us still to this day are like DNA. You know, so if you say Crusaders, I go, okay, well,
Crusaders.
Which
I mean,
record?
You want to sound like the Crusaders if you're making your first record. I did, yeah.
So we struggled for a while. We spent a week on the song. I think the next day we came back. We didn't have an idea for the chorus.
Yeah.
And you got inspired by that Suzanne Vega song, that remix, that and we were like, what if we did something like that? And we tried a million things until we just thought, well, what if we just sang the verse? You sang the verse. So she sings, this literally happened. I had a landline because it was, 1812. And the landline came with a speakerphone because I was fancy. And
it's extra money.
She had one ear in a headphone giving her the time, counting the time. And then she sang on the phone, da 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 da. And then we played it back through the phone, onto a microphone, through the computer, and that's what the record is. So a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to make voices sound like they're talking on the phone.
We did it.
We just
talked on the phone. Yeah.
So
because we're cool. A lot of people try to be hi-fi. No, we were trying to be lo-fi. Yes. All of that's true.
That was the goal. The first record, the goal was to, I know people do this, but what if we didn't do that?
Okay, with all the stuff that we've done, all these records that I've got stacked up here that I showed everyone, is there a favorite song? Is there a song that you favor more than others?
One of the best moments of my musical life was when we wrote and recorded Momo. There was a magic around that song. It was a gypsy song, which we weren't writing gypsy music at the time.
Neither of us are gypsies. No.
Turns out.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere. I thought it was very, just beautiful doesn't even cut it. But when we went in to record, there were a couple things that were really unique. When we went in to record it, you recorded it on soprano.
Yeah.
And was it that soprano? Or was it, no, it was your Selmer, right?
It was my 62R curved neck. Yamaha
Yamaha,
soprano.
that's right.
This is my 82Z Yamaha silver-plated soprano.
Well, here we were in the big studio. It was like really the first time in our lives where we got the big studio treatment.
Oh, yeah.
And you were playing soprano in one of the treated rooms, and it sounded good. But we decided to put a piece of wood underneath you to give it more reflection.
Yeah.
And that's the sound of Momo. And then on that song, she doubles her saxophone on the choruses with a octave. And I was so struck, really struck emotionally, that I couldn't breathe when I was hearing that first go down. It was so beautiful, and unlike anything we were doing, it actually had this kind of whimsy like you would feel in the 70s or something. It just had a different air about it. And Michael
It was.
Landau played
Yeah.
a very strange, gorgeous, constant, swelly thing.
Yeah, you need to go back and listen to the actual record.
Oof.
Momo is on my first record. It just happens that way. And we brought in Peter White. Peter White is on this song playing accordion. And Mark Antoine
Beautifully.
is on this song playing Spanish guitar. We got him a little drunk before he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I knew him. I knew
Yeah.
a couple glasses of red wine. That would do it. So, hi, hon.
Say hi to Madison and everybody else is.
Hey,
Hey.
Maddie, what's going on? You checking in on us? Yeah, seeing what's going on at the house? Hi, Maddie. Maddie's at college. She's at Chico State, rocking it, being a college chick. So, hey, hang around, Maddie. This is a song you've never heard. This. She says hi.
Oh, nice. Hi, Madison.
So yeah, this was no hit song. This was never a single. This is just, I know it's always been your favorite. So this is Momo.
Nearly,
I love that.
Yeah, nearly 20 years old.
I know, right? Actually, you were saying we're not gypsies, but we wrote this gypsy song. The inspiration for that song, I had been on the road with the Backstreet Boys, and for their Millennium Tour, 99 and 2000, I played keyboards and saxophone and percussion for them. And so they closed down this club in London for us. And when the Backstreet Boys came into anywhere, I mean, they closed the Vatican for us to go see everything because they were such huge stars, you couldn't have them be with people. So they closed down this club in London that was this underground place, and its name was Momo. And we walked in, and there were people smoking hookah pipes and eating food that I had never seen, and the place just looked like a movie, like Morocco or something. And it was just something me, as St. Petersburg girl, had just never, ever looked at. So that was our inspiration.
Florida,
for this.
not Russia.
No, Florida,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Big distinction.
Big distinction, big distinction. All right, I'm going to switch microphones here. And this next song, this was off my second record, Come As You Are. And maybe you want to say how you were feeling about the second record. But after a first record, we had such a major hit with Lucy's and then Flirt. We felt like we had to come with something, right?
It was a very successful first record,
Yeah.
which is actually, it can be a tough thing for a new artist because usually a successful first record means follow-ups are often disappointing, and longevity is really hard to maintain.
We didn't want to be that band, that I didn't want to be that saxophonist like, oh, the first record was great, and the second record, ooh.
But you wanted to grow. You wanted it to be different. So we worked
Yeah.
really hard on that album to have, you brought Russell Ferrante in on songs. We had a big band arrangement on a song. There were just so many unique things about that album. It's a very special record. But at the end of writing it all, we decided there really wasn't anything that kind of sounded like the first album. And we wanted just sort of a thread, And I had this guitar lick, this that thing. We had this kind of lick going on, and it kind of wrote itself.
It did. And my favorite part of the song, if you're listening to the record, is I got a big cymbal out.
Yeah.
And, I had just come off the road with Backstreet Boys, so I was like percussionist girl at this point, right? I will never be that. But I took this stick with a cymbal, and we were holding it, and it was just whoosh. And it happens a couple times in the song. That makes my day. It's the little things.
It's actually a primary part of that song.
Yeah, so no one's playing the cymbal today, which is you're gonna hear the lack of cymbal, but whatever, we're gonna get past that.
That'll be the sad part.
Yeah.
It's not there.
All right, this is Come As You Are. to just let it go on the record. But here on the porch, thank you, you guys. See, this is so fun. It's so fun to play these songs for you like we wrote them. And, you know, it's never what we do on a normal stage. I've got my full band, and, you know, we go in and you know, make it sound full, and got the bass part, and got, you know, everything going on. So this is fun to play the songs as they, you know, as they were written.
Yeah, these are literally the parts that were the first parts on the album, where you sat back and you go, okay, what can we put over that?
It's crazy. It's crazy. So thank you guys for coming to the porch so that we can, you know, just have some fun and play some music. I do have big news. I do have really big news, actually, and I waited, you know, a couple songs just to tell you. But our Italian trip is on. And when I say on, I mean on. I mean, I've been waiting so long to go overseas and get back to Italy, and we've had this on the books for Mindi Abair's Wine and Music Adventure to Tuscany. You know, it was taken off the books because of the pandemic, but it's on. And we are going November 1st through 5th, and then we're staying in this amazing 5-star hotel in Siena, and then renting a private villa for our extension for another couple nights. Jim Peterick, big announcement. Jim Peterick, my friend with purple hair, and he's the best songwriter probably to ever walk the planet. He wrote Eye of the Tiger, and The Search is Over, and Hold On Loosely, and Vehicle. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, come on. And so many more. So he's going to join us just to have fun, drink, eat, cavort in Tuscany for a week, and be my musical special guest. And so we're just going to have so much fun with that. If you want to come, now's the time. Spontaneous, you ready? Let's go. So you can sign up, go to our wine and music page, reservetastings.com/adventures, and go on that. But I just think it's so fun. So now's the time for our Drinking with Eric segment. And, you know, I gotta bring in the husband. We have to, you know, make drinking a part of our everyday life. I mean, if you have to, you have to. And I have to. And it's awesome. So this is a celebratory night. We are celebrating 50 wine and music sessions. Am I right?
50 on 50.
And you're 50, baby.
You know it.
So I think it's time to celebrate. How do you celebrate? You celebrate with champagne and bubbles, right? I happen to have a husband who specializes in this wine and sparkling wine and champagne business. So will you give it up for my husband, Eric Guerra? I think he's got, oh, that's a big knife. That's a very large knife. What? What's going to happen? You guys better move away from your computer screens. Move far away.
You should have seen the whole thing that was going on with Madison. That was awesome.
Everyone's having fun with Maddie out there?
Yep.
I love it.
So celebrate, I don't think they can hear me tell them that we're going to celebrate with a little saber.
Oh, okay, that's, as he calls it, a little saber. Hey, what happened with the big knife?
Well, I gotta take the cage off.
Oh, I see.
It's not that little, Eric.
Thank you.
That's a large knife.
It's ample.
Yes, ample. That's an ample knife.
All right.
Is this sabering music? Oh, that's groovy. Yeah. Okay, I like this. Okay, so you take the cage off,
Right.
but the cork is still in the wine, right?
Right.
Okay, so what's going to happen here?
Tell them not to try this at home.
Don't try this at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home.
There's as much pressure in here as a car tire.
They can hear you. Cart. Wait.
A little bit.
Okay, he said there's as much pressure in that bottle of champagne as there is in a car tire. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just go back here.
So this would be cool to do this, right?
Uh-huh.
But this is too easy.
That's too easy?
It's too easy.
Who can
The
do
glass,
what?
Uh-oh.
right?
What? What is going on here?
Colleen over there is ducking.
Colleen's ducking.
All
It's
right.
only a wine glass. What could happen with a wine
I
glass?
mean, it's live, so anything can happen.
I don't know.
Right?
Okay, can we do a countdown? You ready?
Yep.
Okay. On the count of 3?
Well, either the champagne bottle will break or the glass will break.
Oh my God, whatever.
It'll break, right? There we go, ready?
1, 2, 3! Ah! All right, well, the glass broke.
Glass broke.
Okay, we can try another glass, but maybe...
Let's try another glass.
Let's try another glass. I mean, we've got them. They're like water in this household.
All right, let's try again, right?
Okay. 1, 2, 3! Ah! No. 3! Oh!
Hey, woo!
Yes!
Glasses.
Woo!
Wow, nice.
I didn't need that first glass anyway.
No.
We didn't need that glass. Woo!
That. It took
Oh,
out the
pour you a
neighbor's
little bit?
dog,
Yeah,
but
I
this
know,
is
right?
good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Sorry, Spot.
Woo!
Oops, sorry about that.
Look at that.
Whoops.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, thanks for everybody being patient.
Cheers.
All right, see how cool it is to have a husband in the champagne and wine business. By the way, our next wine shipment for Reserve Tastings is Bubbles. So, woo! Right? I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to Bubbles.
Bubbles.
To Bubbles.
To Bubbles!
Thursday night. Yeah, forget about Thursday night.
All right. We hope you guys are coming back Thursday night, 2 nights from now. So we are doing right here on my Facebook page a little cooking wine pairing. So we are going to pair some wine with our So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star Sauvignon Blanc. And we are going to make our very world famous lemon Parmesan pasta. So it's cheese, it's olive oil, it's lemons, and it's pasta. I mean, what could go wrong there?
Nothing.
Nothing. And then you put our So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star Napa Valley Sauvignon Blanc. It's a good night. So join us. We may break some glasses. I don't know what's going to happen. All right, I think we should go back to a little music. What do you think?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna switch horns, but this next song, you've heard this song, if you've been a fan of mine, you've heard this song over almost 20 years in my repertoire. You and I wrote it on your porch across the street when you lived there. And, oh, do I get more? That's what I'm talking about. See, this is the way.
Focus.
Oh, right, focus, right. This song...
Always rattling the saber.
Focus.
It's the big knife. I don't know. This particular song, this was the second song we released after Lucy's. Wow, that's a big saber. Wow.
You're
But
welcome.
you did it with a wine glass. That's crazy. That's like, you get a raise.
2.
You did it with 2 wine... Okay, maybe no raise because of the first wine glass. Please send us wine glasses. We need wine glasses.
We're running low.
Running low on wine glasses.
By the way, Ty said he'll see us at Mount Sinai. Caesar Sinai? The hospital.
Oh,
Oh,
Cedar Sinai.
Cedars, yes.
We're going to be at the hospital from,
Ty said.
from you sabering wine. Yeah. Ty, you'll have to drive us. We'll see. All right, so this particular song you've heard a million different ways live, but recording it, will you please tell everyone, because they're not going to believe it from me, we got so crazy writing this song and having fun with little samples and drum loops, and we didn't want to sound like anyone, but you tell them.
I will say this quickly. The one thing we were adamant about on the first record is, good or bad, we didn't want to sound like anyone else, and we didn't want to do anything anyone was doing. So
we had to find ourselves.
Yeah.
We were very adamant about, I'm me, and I want to be as much me as possible. Let's find me and have fun. You know?
Everyone was using bells at the time, and our motto for a long time was like,
No bells.
Okay, what if there weren't bells? You know?
Yes.
And, so it's like, well, you would play that part on a bell, but what if it wasn't a bell? What would it be? And it would end up being a harp or something weird, and that became part of your sound. But to continue that line of thinking, we wanted something unusual for Flirt. And I was hearing some sort of like horn section sampled kind of thing, but I didn't want it to sound like a horn section.
Yeah.
And neither did you. So I had this CD of like the top 60 TV show theme songs from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And somewhere on there was just this like really terrible old horn hit, just bah! And I thought, well, that sounds bad. you know, but like bad in a way that it sounds like the 40s, you know. It's kind
Sounded fun.
It had ghosts in it. Yeah, it sounded fun. And so taking that bow and just making this just cut it up and made this like delay kind of thing that sounded like something a horn section would do. And that's how Flirt was made.
So the original, go back and listen to It Just Happens That Way, and listen to Flirt. You'll hear our crazy sample of 50s, 60s television show
to this
themes.
day, I don't remember which show it was.
I don't remember either because we tried a bunch of different things. We were
Yeah.
mad scientists.
Yeah.
But play the song, baby. This is called Flirt. Uh-huh. Solo section. This is where you start dancing on your couches. Samples underneath what we're playing.
I know. They're keeping time in my head.
I know they are. It's awesome. But that's why you come see us live, because it's going to sound different. And we are playing live now. This is amazing. Besides just being on the porch. So please come see my band in Newport Beach. We are doing the Newport Beach Jazz Festival next weekend. We're also doing Rehoboth Beach Jazz Festival. We're doing a couple of virtual kind of galas, fundraising events for different charities that are very close to my heart, in concert with Hope, in concert for cancer as well. We're doing the Catalina Island Jazz Festival. We're coming back to Punta Gorda, Florida to do my Mindi Abair's Wine and Music Festival in November, and so much more. Go to my website, mindyabair.com/tour, and you'll see all the dates. And then right under those, you're going to see all the Peter White Christmas dates. So that's me and Peter White and Vincent Ingala, and we are bringing back our Christmas show. Yay! So besides that, of course, we're going to Tuscany. Next year, we're going back to Sonoma for my Mindi Abair's Wine and Music Adventure to Sonoma. So, you know what? We're back, and we're just so happy to see your smiling faces in real time. It's so, so, so amazing.
Where have you been?
Oh, and you know what? I forgot when he was sabering and you know, shit was flying around. There's glass everywhere. Oh my goodness. We do have a wine special. So if you guys want wine and you are not a part of our wine and music membership, you can still buy wine. So we've got a couple different bottles left. We have Viva le Sol Pinot Noir, which is amazing. We have Sauvignon Blanc, which is a Napa Valley Rutherford Sauvignon Blanc called If You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star. And we also, what else do we have? Oh, we have Viva la Rock, amazing. Paso Robles Cabernet. And we're about to have bubbles in about a month, and a cool Grenache as well. So what is the, I wrote it down. Oh, if you get 3 or more bottles, you get free shipping with a code. So put in the code MUSICLOVE. MUSICLOVE.
All one word?
One word. I put it in all caps because I feel like it's screaming it. Music love. All right. I think we have time to do one more, don't we?
I'd love to.
How are you guys doing out there? Are you having fun? Who's coming in? I know Maddie, our youngest, who's not so young anymore. Maddie came in. I know Ty came in, who also has co-written a million songs with me through the years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And been on.
And us.
And us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's part of the family as well. Who else is coming in? Where are you coming in from?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's your job. I mean, you know, besides wine.
Jim Cooper. Is he online?
No, actually, Jim's out for his birthday. So this is the first one in 50 he's missed.
Well, happy birthday, Jim.
I know, right? Yay! Happy birthday, Jim! All right, I'm going to switch back to a little alto.
We're going to switch to the third record, right? Life Less Ordinary?
I say we go to Life Less Ordinary. You said that was, is that your favorite record of what we've done?
Oh, gosh, if you're going to ask me honestly, my favorite would be the first album because it came out of thin air. It was just
I like
imagination. It was very pure. And
Yeah.
it was a success, which is very rare. The third album was very hard because we had to compete with the first and second album. And
We were competing against ourselves.
We were competing
Those are the
against
types of people
ourselves,
we
yeah.
are.
So we invented this idea called stadium jazz, and it was an approach to the album that would basically be a space. It's kind of an intangible thing, but the space in that album is very special.
Well, by that point, by our third record, I had realized that we were playing live constantly. And what if we made a record that was so fun to play live?
Yeah.
And you had your glass of wine up in the air, and
Yeah.
you had your hands up in the air, and your lighter up in the air. I mean, that's how I grew up, and you grew up watching concerts. You were at Billy Joel, I was at Cheap Trick, but, you know, we were just going for it.
That is true.
So those are the songs we wanted to write. We wanted to write anthems.
Yeah, and
Jinx.
we had Yomi Coke. I guess we had seen your audience grow over 2 records. We saw you get an audience, which was unbelievable.
Awesome.
2 kids from Berklee College of Music all of a sudden have an audience. Like, that's really rare. And to watch them get enthusiastic about certain moments and then go, you know, we should write a whole album for them. That's
Yeah.
kind of what it was.
And by the way, this record came out in 2006, and it is now 2021, and still every night we play this song, True Blue, and I ask you to put your lighters in the air And I have such incredible pictures in my head of you guys holding up your cell phones with the lights, you know, the flashlight on, and your lighters and your Zippo apps in the air. And it's stunning. It makes it for me every night. You want to play?
Zippo apps like you just don't care.
This is called True Blue. A little True Blue for you.
I don't think we've played some of these songs together in 15 years.
No, we wrote them, and then you were like, get out, yeah, go on tour with your little band, go, you know. But it just feels so good to play them with you. For those of you who have listened to my latest single, April, we wrote that as well. So we just have this incredible long history, and I just always think it's cool for people to know that people are behind the scenes, that it's not just me in the front line that you see, that it's more than that have made these records. You know, Ty has been, commenting, and, he's been a part of this as well, but it's like, you don't see all the stuff that happens and the little samples that we're creating and the little fun stuff and, the thought that goes behind it or how drunk we were the night before, or those kind of things. See what amazing stuff you learned?
Yeah.
That's why we started a wine and music company later in life. I mean, good God, couldn't have been more right for this. So
Fits like a glove.
So you can get my new record, The Best of Mindi Abair. You can get that anywhere music is sold. You can get a signed copy at my website, mindyabair.com. Or you can get all these CDs with a bunch of cool music on it that we played for you tonight. I want you to please give a hand to Matthew Hager. Thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you so much for having me.
Go get some wine, music, love. Get 3 or more bottles. Free shipping. I mean, come on. And listen to more music. Did I miss anything?
Well, look at these beautiful flowers.
I know, right? These are in celebration.
In celebration of Deanne.
Ah, nice. And 50.
Merci.
Give 50.
50
it's
for 50.
due. 50 for 50. We
Yes,
love you guys.
I can still raise my hands.
You're not that old. He's 50 and he can still kick and stretch. And I can still drink. We love you guys.
Mindi
so
Abair, ladies and gentlemen, the
Ah.
best musician I know. I love you.
Best musician here, that you've ever met tonight.
In this
on-
yard.
Right.
Right now.
We love you. Good night.